In this video, we are going to be taking on the Exploiter Orb in Warframe. As you can see, we're going to be taking Wisp. A few other bits of advice before we go into this. First up, bring a weapon that has an AoE when you fire it. So we're taking an Epitaph because it has an explosion. You guys will see if I manage to remember. I played a little clip just to kind of show you guys what I mean. But basically, having like a blast or a beam or something like this is going to make it easier to hit canisters, which is going to make one of the boss phases a little bit easier. I'm going to be using the Epitaph, means we did the video for that yesterday. Then more, but realistically, any long-range weapon. So if you wanted to use something like the Rubico or the Soma, those will also work as well. But you just need something that's got good range. You can be able to do some decent damage just so you can hit some of the points that we're going to be needing to do. In addition, highly recommend bringing along the Necromech, and being as I'll be on main, I'll probably end up summoning my on-call crew member. By the time you guys have seen this in the playlist, should not be an issue having all of this stuff. The only thing I haven't shown is how to get the arc gun deployer, so I do need to do that. We won't be using that in this video anyways. If you do not know which playlist I'm talking about, I'll leave a link in the pinned comment. That is the step-by-step process by which we have everything up to this point in Warframe. If you feel like you're missing something, it will be in that playlist. Either way, to get things started then, we obviously need to head into Fortuna on Venus, and then fast travel to Little Duck's room in the back, which I believe means you probably have to have at least a new war for this, because this is opened up after we unleash the Narmer. Go ahead and speak to Yudico back here. You will also need to have done each of the phases reaching up to this point, so you will need to have defeated a Prophet Taker as well. Realistically speaking, you're probably going to want to have ranked up with Little Duck anyway, because this is going to drop you the Hildryn parts. So who knows what I'm going to label this. I'll obviously do some research as to which one's going to get the most clicks, because that's what YouTubers do. But it's going to drop us the Hildryn parts, and the blueprint you can see for Hildryn is right here with Little Duck, and I think you need 2 or 3 ranks in to unlock that, so you're going to need to progress with Little Duck anyway to get the benefits of this. You will need to bring along some diluted thermia. That is only one per encounter. What I mean by this is only one person in the squad needs to bring along one of these diluted thermia. But once it has been used to summon the boss, it is taken straight away. So if you happen to fail, you have lost that thermia. A good idea to bring along a decent loadout. I'm going to be doing this solo, but realistically speaking, I think it's a better idea to do it as a party. So bring people along, maybe do a share or something like this if you've only got one. You get this from a specific event which isn't on right now. So if you guys want a guide on how to do the thermia fractures, you'll have to wait a little bit, I'm afraid. So with all of that preamble out of the way, let's get on to the Exploiter. It's this top one here. We're not going to be dealing with any normal stuff in this particular video, and let's set off. Once we get out into the open world area then, place yourself a waypoint over on this very right hand side right here. You see this cave on my map? That's where we're going. I'm going to go ahead and use one of these fast travel positions here to get there a little bit quicker. As you can see from my waypoint, you can see this rock here, and we come over to the side in case you guys want to see some like map stuff on the go. And here we have a little cave. This is going to be the entrance. Most of your way through the cave, and then once we reach this large room here, which is the boss battle room, we want to come to this back balcony right here, which is where we're going to use the thermia condenser. At this point, recommend taking cover underneath one of the rafters here. Place yourself some healing down. Spider is going to make its way down from the top, and it's not exactly obvious, but we need to fire at that rock right there, you see? And then it's the same on the other side as well. So this left side here, we want that one. That's going to cause the spider to fall down, and so from now we want to hit one of the ventilation nodes on its sides. So pick whichever one you want. So we've got right there, look. We're going to go ahead and take that out. At this point, I recommend placing yourself a heal moat at this machine right here. This is going to charge up in a second. And in addition to that, this second machine right here. You can go ahead and load up on extra moats if there's anything that you in particular that you want. Haste moat might be a good idea, because the big spider is going to attempt to slow us down. So just defend yourself against the baby spiders for now. We're just waiting for the machine to actually charge itself up. Once it's fully charged, you'll see that we get one of these canisters, and that's going to start recharging again. That's what we're going to use to be able to damage further vents on the spider. We need to hit it with 2 more to get through to the next one. So we'll come to the back here, and we need to hit the vent with the canister. That's one done. I'm going to go in for the second now. Try to make sure you're well healed before you go in. She just seems to like to do a lot of damage with those ice strikes she does. No point in rushing because of how restrictive this is. Let's get back underneath. Second canister is going to allow us to start damaging one of the vents. So get that down as quickly as you can, then get back into cover. The next vent should only require 1 canister because it kind of has like a splash effect. So take 1 more in, into the back, throw it on. Break the next vent. With the 2 rear ones broken, we are now on the final one. And for the final canister, what I'm going to recommend that we do is we're going to use our void form to reach the top there where the spider is. Otherwise, it just seems to keep on zapping us with slash procs, and that's a bit of an issue. So I'm going to bring my Warframe up here that now has the canister on it. I'm going to throw it right in the vent. And just be aware, if you take it out whilst it's up here, for whatever reason, it counts it as some kind of blast and then does cost you a respawn, or usually does for me. But it means it's nice and safe. We are going to take it out from right here. So it's down, let's get below. There we go. Saved us the respawn anyway. And while she's having her fit, make your way back to the entrance. We are going to be leaving the cave now. Once we reach the surface, you're going to see that the exploiter orb is going to be waiting for us. So here I like to, around the big spider, place a couple of pairs of the moats. The main thing we need to do here is stop these spiders with the blue canisters on top from cooling the main spider. And this is one of the big reasons why having a party is going to be majorly advantageous, because obviously they're going to come from all over the place, and doing it on your own can be a bit of a pain. This is why things like the on-call crew member, maybe a Spectre, and in my opinion the Necromech are pretty good, because the Morslon is pretty fine at stripping them of health and shields and stuff. Take a good few of them down. I've got a recommendation as we go on for this as well, because we have some phases to deal with on the main spider. These are coolants that we need, and this is actually the exact same mechanic as you get with the Thermia fractures, but we want to kind of get about 5 or 6 of them dropped before we start trying to take down the main spider. The reason for this is we're going to use them to heat the spider up, basically. We want to have a number of them so we don't have to keep on restocking in between. Once you've got a few of them dropped, let's get back into the Warframe, because we are going to need to pick these up. We need to put them into the Thermia, and then we're supposed to throw them onto the exploiter orb, but for now we're going to gather a few up. So we're going to put them in a singular place. This is because the game doesn't mark them for us once we have filled them. You see that orange one there doesn't have a marker on it like the white ones do. So we're just going to gather a few up close to the spider. All right, so we've got a few of these ready now, and this is where having an AoE style weapon is going to come in majorly handy, because the idea is going to be to pick one up, throw it at the spider, and then fire the epitaph so that it blows up the canister over the spider. That's going to speed up how quickly it's going to overheat. It just seems to work out pretty good with the epitaph, so we keep throwing that on. Then just head over towards the spider. After the cutscene, get back into the Necromech, or at least that's what I'm going to be doing. And you can see the point where we just pulled out the coolant. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit that. Once you've done enough damage to that point on the side of the head, the spiders are going to come back and start trying to cool down the spider again. And we just need to rinse and repeat exactly what we just did to allow us to get another strike on it on the other side. Good there. Let's get these. All right, we have our gatherings. Let's start getting these thrown in. All right, after another round, let's get on in there. Back into the tank. This is going to be the final round. Make sure, of course, you do the damage in the side of the head. And the main difference is going to be, instead of it being in the sides, it's going to be the head that's in the front. So again, let's get some more canisters gathered up. As before, let's get these thrown in and blown up all over the spider. All right, and now we're ready for round 3. Well, let's head off. Back into the tank, shoot where the head was, and that finishes off the boss. Head around to the back. We do need to be a little bit quick here. Grab your rewards as quickly as possible. Get into your Archwing and leave the area as it is going to blow. From that point, we can extract, and we have defeated the exploiter orb. Hope that helps you out, and I'll catch you all in the next video.